Hello, welcome to Verbling. Hi there, I'm Teacher Oakley, and for the next hour, we're going to practice our English by talking about school days. Perhaps we'll see where the conversation goes. Who knows? But perhaps we'll get into a little bit of learning techniques. But also, we're going to concentrate on using some past tense. I'm sure most of my students' school days are behind them, but maybe not everyone. In any case, I will correct you if you have any grammatical problems, and as well maybe suggest some vocabulary as we go along. Anyway, hello, Heidi. How are you?
Hello, nice to see you again.
Oh, likewise. Good to see you again.
Do you know that news? ISIS kidnapped some medical staff, 20 medical staff.
No.
And then almost all the members are Filipinos.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Okay. Well, that's not good news.
Bad news.
Yeah, very. Well, okay. Soldiers will be running off to the Middle East now from here. Okay. Anyway, interesting. Thanks. I'll check on that after class. Hello, Anna, Carolina.
Hi, teacher.
Anna.
Nice to meet you. Hi, Heidi. Nice to see you again.
Oh, it's nice to meet me, but it's nice to see Heidi again. I see how you are. Okay. We've met, haven't we? I believe we've met.
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Oh, really? We haven't? Okay. There's a bunch of people running around Verbling with your name. I'd go find them.
I'm not sure. Maybe.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Hello, Mary? Is it Mary?
Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you. Where are you from, Mary?
I'm from Italy.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, welcome to the class, Mary. Glad you could join us.
Thank you.
And Rafa has joined us as well. Hey there, Rafa.
Hey.
Hi.
Fine.
Good, good. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well because this morning is my day off and I can join different classes at Berlin and also exercising and things, meditation and all the things, interesting things.
Oh, very good. Very nice, Rafa. You are the Renaissance man. You have so many interests. Yeah. Awesome, dude. Okay. Very good. Let me also welcome Jose is with us again.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, teacher.
Hello. How are you doing?
Fine. Thanks for asking. Nice to see you again.
Oh, thank you very much. And hello to Paco. Hi, Paco. Haven't seen you in a while.
Lisa.
Hey, how have you been?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good.
What about you?
Glad to hear it. I'm okay. I'm doing all right. Okay. Our topic. This is basically conversation. We're gonna practice. I'm gonna ask you questions and go around the class and talk to you a little bit. Try to help you with your English if you need some help. Okay, we're going to talk about school a little bit. Okay, Heidi, when I ask my grandparents these questions, they say, yeah, I'm not comparing you, but I'm telling you, when I ask my grandparents, how did you get to school, they would tell me, well, you know, we had to walk 10 miles uphill, both directions, through the snow, which was taller than the school building. We had to dig a tunnel.
Grandparents are elementary school students. Maybe how many years ago?
My grandparents? Oh, jeez. My grandparents, they were in school. Let's see, my grandmother was born in 1914, and my grandfather in 1912. So figure it out. Long time ago.
1920.
20s. Yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe they went to the school by the horse, riding on the horse back of horse.
Well, according to them, they had to dig a tunnel uphill for 10 miles, fight off wolves, carve their own school books out of trees, and yeah, according to them. Anyway, I'm just fooling around. How did you get to school? Did you walk? Did you take a bus?
Elementary school.
Yeah, let's start there.
I walked to the school about 20 or 30 minutes.
Okay, all right. How about when you were in high school? Did it change?
High school, I went there by bicycle.
By bicycle.
Yes.
Okay.
When it rained, I took the bus.
Oh, so they did have a bus.
Yes.
All right. And okay. So is this still normal today? Can you compare now to today? Do most students, young students, walk to school?
About the elementary school, maybe they need to take a bus, school bus, because the parents are afraid of kidnapping.
Oh yeah, right. Okay. Right. Well, that's a very interesting question. I'd like to take that idea and move over to Anna. Anna, where are you from, Anna?
I'm from Brazil, teacher.
Brazil. Right.
Yes.
Okay. How do kids get to school in Brazil nowadays?
My kids are everyone.
Well, your kids would be a great example, but then you could compare your kids to everyone.
I live nearby, nearby the school. They just have to cross the street.
Okay. Okay. They just have to cross the street. Well, that's convenient. Okay, you can just say, I live near the school. You don't have to say nearby. It's okay, actually. I live nearby. No, it's not wrong. I live nearby the school, but it's not necessary either. I live near the school.
Okay, I mean.
We often use nearby to say, oh, I live nearby. With no, with no following noun. But anyway, it's not wrong. It's okay. So, okay, your kids can just walk. How about you?
When I was a child, when I was studying at the elementary school, I used to get to the school bus, and then when I went to the high school, I had a boyfriend, and he used to drive me.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Okay. Now, Heidi brought up an idea about security. Nowadays, is there any kind of security at your school, where your kids go to school? Is there any kind of guard or anything like that?
No, just inspector. An inspector.
Oh, what's that? What do you mean?
I mean, who is in charge to oversee the students? Just like when I was a child.
Okay, I was going to ask you to compare.
I live in a safer in a safe neighborhood. But yes, there are some schools where they have to take measures, and some of them have security cams, some of them have detector medals. But well, my boys are studying at a private school in a safe neighborhood. I don't have this kind of problem.
Okay. metal detectors, not detector metals.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. We're here to learn. It's a good thing to make a few small mistakes. It helps you. Helps everybody else too. Okay. I'm interested. I don't understand this concept of an inspector. What are his duties? I don't know exactly what you mean.
I must have muddled the name. Is a man who is in charge of oversee the students. My gosh, if someone arrive late or miss a class or do some mischievous things,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know the name in English.
I don't either. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
He stays in front of the front door.
Okay.
And welcome everyone.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. See, I'm totally unfamiliar in my culture. We have no such.
I don't know the name in English. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't think there is a name in English because I don't think it exists. That's why I was so interested. Okay, when I was growing up, if I was to be disciplined, I would either be disciplined by the guidance counselor. Make him sound like a psychologist.
There is a psychologist. Yes, there is a psychologist.
Right, like that. Or
and the students are encouraged to talk to them if they have any problems.
Right. Yeah.
But this guy, welcome everyone, is a kind of security, but it is not a security, you know.
Okay. All right.
I don't know the name. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't think there is an English name, so get over it. Maybe inspector may be the right name because I don't think there's such a thing. If I got in when I was a child, if I got in trouble, I would have to go see the guidance counselor. That was the first step. But if I did something really bad, if I got in big trouble, I'd have to see the principal or the head of the school. And I did have to see the principal a couple times. Okay. Okay. Same here. All right. Yeah, that happened more than once. But anyway, there may be, as far as anybody monitoring us when we came in, there was nobody actually. There may be crossing guards to help students cross the street who were coming, across the street into the school. They're crossing guards. These are people who wear a hat and the orange stripe, bright stripes, and they hold up a red sign, stop, and tell the kids to come across the street. But there was nobody like what you described. Actually, let me talk about that a little more. With Mary from Italy.
Yeah.
What's it like in Italy? First of all, did you ever get into trouble when you were in school?
When I went to school, I went to school by car with my father. He drove me to school. But when I went to high school, I went to school by bus because the school was in another city. And for example, nowadays in Italy school, there are in the school vigilance who help the children to cross the street. And this is very important according to me, because it's very dangerous for a kid to cross the street alone.
Yeah. So, okay. All right. That's good. But I was asking you if you ever got into trouble when you were in school.
What kind of trouble?
Oh, you tell me. How would I know? Fighting with other kids, saying bad things to the teacher.
When I was a child and I went to elementary school, I didn't want to go to school, and I cried every day of school, and this is the most big problem that I have ever had at school. Because I don't want to go to school, because I was afraid that my parents don't come to school to return to house.
Okay,
To come back to house.
to bring you back home.
To bring me, yeah. And was the bigger problem.
Okay. And how did that get resolved with your parents? Your parents had to take care of that, I'm sure. Okay. All right, we've had a couple other students join us, so I want to quickly welcome Max. Hello, Max. You there?
Hello, Becky.
Hello, and hello, Ibec. Hello. Hi, Ibec again. Hi there.
Hello, do you listen to me?
Yes. Can you hear me? Would be better. Okay, not do you listen to me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
and yes, I can. Okay. Yes, I can. Okay. All right. Rafa. Rafa, did you ever get into trouble when you're in school? Did you ever disciplinary problems?
Yes. Always.
Yeah.
As far as I can remember, always I was in trouble with different issues with my teachers, and also with my mate, because we were always fighting for different things, for this homework, for the basketball play, for who was the better at the football match. Different things, and also I was very confused because I went to more than 6 or 7 elementary school until I was 14 years old. I went to 7 different schools for this reason, because I get used to be in trouble all the time, and I change a lot, and I never know what's happening in every class, and
I knew you'd come through for me. I kind of guessed that maybe you might have gotten into a little bit of trouble. Okay. One thing, it sounded like you're telling me that you changed schools 7 times before you were 40, but let's be careful here. 14. Make sure you're emphasize the teen gets the stress when you're talking about numbers, ages, whatever, money, whatever. Make sure you stress the een so you can tell the difference, because the T in 40 is very fast. 40. Yeah. 40. 14. Gonna make sure there's a big difference there. For everybody, for you and everybody else in the class, I just want to note that the Verbling chat box is, we can't scroll down on it, so if I'm going to write additional notes in the chat box, I'm going to be using the group chat box. That is the blue box in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. If you scroll up with your mouse, just click on that so you can follow any extra chat going on. Okay, but Rafa, that's the one, you found it. Rafa, who disciplined you? Who did you talk to? Sometimes the teachers, you said that. But did you have to go talk to the principal? Did you have to sit in the principal's office and wait until he could talk to you? Yeah.
Well, where there were different kinds of punishment or
sure there was.
or justice. You could where to visit the principal, and also here in my country there are a lot of schools with fairs is kind of religions schools, religious schools, and for this reason, you you had a lot of different punishment to be bending out in front of all the students in the front of the class near the class board, and also get out of the class, got out the class and don't listen anything. Also write down more than 1,000 times different sentences about I need to be better than the others. I need to be good. You mustn't say that silly words. You don't think in other things than studies. Don't think in goals and stuff like that.
Okay. So
horrible science.
So it must bring back memories when you watched the beginning of the Simpsons TV show. When at the beginning of the show, Bart was always writing on the board, "I will not throw spitballs at the teacher."
Yeah, the same thing.
Yeah. Okay, right? 100 times. I remember doing that when I was really little. They kind of stopped that at some point when I was in school, but when I was really young, they still did that. I remember that one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What fun. Okay. Interesting. But you turned out okay, right? No?
Yes, I survived to that time. And I continue learning different things as English in your classes without any kind of punishment.
Yeah, don't worry. I won't make you write down. I will pay attention in the Verbling class 100 times. Show it to me next class.
Don't do it.
No, I won't. I won't do that.
I am a little traumatized about it.
Okay. Traumatized.
Traumatized.
All right. Traumatized about it. Okay. Traumatized. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to spell it. And I got it right. Traumatized. All right. Okay. How about you, Jose? You ever traumatized at school? Jose, you there?
Yes.
Hi. Have any traumatizing school?
No. When I was studying when I studied at the primary school, I was to the school walking with my father or my mother. After that, I studied at the high school. I was to the high school. I went to the high school by public transport.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. That's what they do in the Philippines. Students either walk or they take public transport. That's it.
Yes. After that, I studied at the university. I went to the university by tram.
Oh, okay. Public transport again. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. A little pronunciation, Jose. Primary. It's a I sound. Primary school. Which, by the way, British usually say primary school. Americans usually say elementary school. Same thing, though. Same idea. And then some people say middle school, and then or Americans often say junior high school, which is, depending on the school, could be grades. Each grade, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, they're called grades. 8th grade, and then ordinal numbers. 9th grade. When I was in 6th grade, I kicked a rock through a giant window in the school. And I had to go see the principal. You bet. That was not a good one. Anyway, all right. And then high school is high school. It doesn't matter. Brits and Americans use the same word.
It's the same.
Yep. And make sure that you're not saying school. Make sure school. No
School.
That's it.
School.
Okay. Now, all right. Did you ever get in? What's the most traumatic? What did anything ever happen to you in school that was very memorable? Maybe scary, maybe embarrassing. What was the most traumatic thing that happened to you? What, primary school, high school, the whole, anytime.
At the university, when one day I had an exam and the public transport was delayed. I felt scared about this situation.
I bet you did. Did you make it on time?
No, I.
Okay.
No, I delayed.
Okay, so I delayed taking the test.
Yes.
Right.
I delayed taking the test.
So your teacher, proctor, whatever, allowed you to delay taking the test.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was nice of them. That was good. Okay. How about you, Paco? Have you ever had anything traumatic happen in your school days?
No, I don't think so. I can't remember it. It was so long time ago that I almost don't remember anything about it.
Okay. Did you ever get in a fight?
Yes. Yes. But you know, this kind of innocent fights. Nothing dangerous. Nothing.
Okay.
Yes.
No guns or knives.
I mean, my friends, I remember we weren't dangerous kids, you know. Very innocent. And the fighters don't go further than the I don't know how to say it in English, but when you give your hand in the face, you know, something like that.
Like that?
A light fight, you know. Yes.
Well, that's a slap, by the way. A slap in the face.
A slap. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Innocent fights.
Innocent fight. We might use the collocation a tame fight. It sounds like more or less a tame fight.
A game fight.
Tame. T-A-M-E. Tame, like a tame cat or a tame dog. One you can keep in your house as a pet. A tame animal is, friendly. As opposed to a wild fight. We use this collocation, a tame fight.
And we were very, very young at that time. When I was older, about 15 or 16 years old, I don't remember me fighting.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Right.
No.
Okay.
I was always very afraid of fighting.
Uh-huh. You mentioned that you were innocent, and so you were naive and innocent, and so you didn't have bad fights. But that reminded me of, yes, when I was a kid, we were innocent and naive, but that meant we were stupid and didn't realize how dangerous we were acting. We had one game in the winter. I grew up in a winter place, and they would plow all the snow into a big pile at the end of the schoolyard. So the pile would literally be 3 stories high, 3 floors high, and all of the kids, basically half of the school population, would play a game we called King on the Mountain. So all the kids trying to get to the top of the mountain, and if you get to the top, you have to stay on the top. You have to remain the king. The winner is the one who's still the king when recess is over. So you're pushing people, basically, off a 3-story building. And you've got 100 kids doing this at the same time. Crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, well, sometimes innocent does not mean not violent or safe. Innocent does not mean safe. That's my point. We did many things that were definitely not safe. Snowball fights that were enormous, that took up a whole football pitch, with all the kids building forts, and the little kids would make snowballs and the bigger kids would throw them. And the crazy thing is they would let us do this. We had so much more fun when we were kids. Now kids, they play snowball fight on their iPad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is very different today.
Yeah, it is very different. Ibeck. Hi, Ibeck.
Yes.
It's safer. Maybe it's safer, but is it better? Is school better now? What do you think? In your country, do you think school is better, safer? Is the education better or worse than when you were a kid?
I think
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Education may be better, but right now children are different because their lifestyle so different. Because they thought different than we did. We like it always play in outside in the childhood, but they always, when they had a problem, they sat with their smartphones and playing something wrong thing. I think it's bad for it's bad side.
Okay. So you think this is a bad thing that they? Why is it bad?
Because they don't know what they don't want to play outside. They don't know what is that mean. It's very interesting because in our childhood we always played outside with guy. We had a lot of friends, but they didn't want that. And because in one side they had, in fact, they could have a problem with their eyes because they always play with smartphones, and then probably they will have maybe problem because they always want that smartphone. If we take from them that smartphone, they will cry, and they couldn't live without that. And
yeah.
If we compare, I think without that smartphones and with education of nowadays, it would be great.
Okay. All right. So okay, is this smartphones? Some technology can it? Okay, it has advantages and disadvantages, maybe. Heidi, let me bring it back to you. What do you think? Yeah, do young people? Okay, take Japan. Do you think people in Japan are better educated now, or is it more difficult?
Maybe more difficult.
Yeah,
because one family had 1.7 children. It means almost one child. So,
right.
Or they're like prince and princess.
Yeah.
They are spoiled in the family. And then even in the school, they can't be patient. They can't wait until the finishing the lesson. So sometimes they walk around the class or something.
Yes. Okay. You're talking about, in English we would say low attention span. They can only pay attention for a few minutes. Well, and if you think about it, all that stuff on their phones, on their smartphones or whatever, that's all caters, it's built for people with very tiny attention spans.
Only few students, 1 or 2 students, very selfish. But for them, the lesson was broken sometimes. Then teachers need to call parents in the school. We call that parent, monster parent.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Monster parent. Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
I would like to add, excuse me,
Sure,
and I think right now children are more nervously than we in our time.
Are more
Nervous.
nervous?
Yes, yes, nervously.
What did you mean nervous, or do you mean stressed?
Yes, stressed. Yeah, stressed.
Yeah. Okay. That would make more sense. Or really, how we say this in English, and this is kind of important, so pay attention for a second. Stressed out. I got stressed out at work today. School is stressing me out. We use this as a phrasal verb, but it's much more common than to just use stressed. We normally English speakers use the phrasal verb stressed out. Stop stressing me out. Okay. We'll leave that.
I don't think so.
You don't?
Selfish, because I mentioned teacher called their parent. Parents think their kids are not bad. Maybe surrounding is bad.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think kids are far too coddled, too spoiled. Yeah, Ralph, I think he mentioned it's safer. Yeah, it's safer. I don't want my kids to be safe. It's a hard world out there. Who wants a bunch of soft, pasty, safe kids? I don't care. Throw my kids to the lions. I'm not using antibacterial soap, and I want them eating worms. Come on, you need to build up some resistance. It's a tough world. Come on. No way, Jose. Just an expression, Jose, by the way. Anyway, Anna, what do you think? Am I a lunatic or what? I could be. I very well could be.
No, you are not a lunatic. Should I answer what question?
So, what do you think? Are children spoiled? Are children?
Yes, definitely.
Well, okay.
Definitely. In the past, when a child got bad grades, and people used to ask, could you explain to me this grades or something like that? And nowadays, the parents are likely to go to the teachers and ask the teachers to explain instead.
Ah, right.
I agree.
Oh yeah.
Children have been coddled and they
right.
have been far spoiled than in the past.
What's that? That's...
The teachers are lenient and also the parents are far lenient.
Okay, can you say that last part again? That was important, I think.
Okay. Nowadays, the teachers are more lenient and also the parents are much more lenient than in the past.
Oh, okay. The teachers and the students are both more lenient. Well.
No, I didn't say the students.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I misspoke. The teachers and the parents are more lenient.
Yes. And also, children are smart. They look up information at the internet and they use everything to argue with you and the teacher.
Oh, great. My kids are still young. I can't wait for
in
that.
The past, if our parents gave us a slash, it was okay. But now, children would say, it's against the law, I will call the children counselors and you will get in trouble. Things like that, you know.
Mm-hmm. Right, and that's actually true in many countries. There are laws about you can't use corporal punishment. You can't smack your kid on the behind.
Yes, it is a law here in Brazil.
Okay, yeah, yeah. It's in many places in the United States.
violence, but I don't think that a small smash can hurt anyone, you know? What I mean?
Like everything in life, it's everything in moderation. You know, obviously, don't beat the kid till he can't move. Obviously not. But on the other hand, occasionally, I mean, I had my butt whipped, I think, 3 times in my entire life, and I remember every single one of them, and every single one of them was a very valuable lesson. I will never forget. It'll be meaningless if you do it every day. But see, that's the problem, you know. Too many extremists in this world, so everything's got to be black or white. Nobody realizes the best way to live is somewhere in the middle. You know what I mean? So
yes, I know.
It's either got to be this way or that way. Why? And this is the world we're educating our children to accept as the reality, where everything must be an extreme. What do you think about that? Yeah.
Yes. I don't think that to be black and white is good. When I was a child, I remember my father just have to look at me, you know. If he from her, oh my gosh, his eyebrows, it was enough.
If he raised his eyebrow, he did.
Yes, it was enough.
Yeah,
if he
okay.
raised it.
Maybe one of those. Yeah.
Yes.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. If my dad did this, he started reaching for his belt and acting like he was going to unbuckle his belt. Oh boy. Ah! That was traumatic. Yeah. Look out. I know what you mean, but a look, emotion, sure. Absolutely. And okay, I mean, seriously, continuing with this idea, let me talk to Mary for a second. Mary?
Yeah?
What do you think is the main problem with education today, education of our children now?
Yeah, I think that nowadays is more difficult education because the children always think to be in the right. And I think that this is a fault, also fault of the parents who protect them, even if they are not in right. And this is because they are coddled. And then I think that another big problem nowadays is the bullies, the violence between young. And I think that this is because there is a real value nowadays, but young look at the appearance, and so why the bullying is a very real problem nowadays.
Okay, bullies.
Bullies.
Yeah. Okay.
Violence.
Yeah, I know. I understand. I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's been a long time since I was young, but I remember bullies when I was young, absolutely, for sure. I remember having to deal with it. Now, I don't understand. Young people kill themselves because they're being bullied, because somebody said, you're gay, or somebody said, your hair is funny, or you're fat. So they kill themselves. I don't understand that. Why? I had all those things said to me. Whatever. I mean, really, life is tough. Bad things happen. I don't understand why it's so traumatic. What's the deal? I'm an idiot. Explain it to me, somebody. Fernando, welcome to the class. Bullying. Yeah, it's bullying. It's like 3 syllables, by the way. Fernando, hello. I just wanted to say a quick howdy. Okay. Rafa, let me bring it over to you. What do you think? What is the biggest problem with educating children today, in your opinion?
I think there is no problem because we are trying to educate our child in a kind of bubble without no contact with the others, with no virus, with no any danger in their life, only living in an unreal world with the PlayStation or with their smartphone, and this is a good thing, even though you are no, you disagree with me because you are a little bit lunatic, as you said before. Why the children need to fight with the others? Why the children need to be in contact with the virus that's surrounding us? Why the childhood need to be in a real world? Better of all is to be in an unreal world, living in an immaterial.
Well, I mean, Rafa, I mean, we're laughing about this, but seriously, is that the world that we are trying to create so that nobody talks to each other, and you go to McDonald's with your friends and you don't talk to your friends, you just sit there and play with your phone?
Yeah.
Send your friend a message who's sitting across the table from you having a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
How is your cheeseburger?
And sending photos about the cheeseburger.
Oh, here's my cheeseburger.
Yeah, that is the main point. We need to go there to focus in that kind of education without contact with others, without illusion, without planning something that could be dangerous for them. No, as we live 40 years ago, we were always fighting with the others, taking risks on the street, play football in different places, very dangerous with dirty waters.
That's right.
On one side. This is so horrible that never be to happen again.
Okay.
It's my opinion. It's my humble opinion.
That's your humble opinion. Now, did you say we bring them up and we should bring them up in a bottle or in a bubble? Because
in a bubble.
Bubble, yeah. Okay, very good. That's a classic metaphor or analogy. We use this in English a lot. So, yeah, if you're in a bubble, that means you're protected from the world. And right, we have this kind of concept. Yeah, being in a bubble, mean protected, safety, protected from everything at all times. Right. Put them in a rubber room. Okay. Make sure they're all crazy. Make damn sure all our children are crazy. Okay. Paco, you've been following the conversation, I hope.
Yes.
Paco, yeah. What do you think about this? What do you think of Rafa's idea? We should grow all our children in a bubble and don't let them actually have contact with anything real.
Yes, yes, I agree with him.
You do? Oh my goodness. This will be great.
Yeah. Today's everything is so different from before. It's I think that the social webs and it's kind of stupid generation for me.
Yeah. Right.
That's another problem is that when the children leave school at the evening, they go home and they are alone because the parents both are working. Before they used to be working only the father, the man. Now both parents are working and the children are alone the most of the time. No, it's a little bit complicated for them. I belong to that lucky generation when we get home after school. Always the mother was in there.
Mm-hmm.
Always your mother. Always you had a referent. You had a kind of referent.
Mm-hmm. A reference, a ground, we can say in English, something that grounded you, kept you grounded. We have English expressions, another English concept that you're grounded, and I agree with you. The mother in the family is the grounding influence. A lot of it, usually, for everybody in the family, and the husband included, as well as the children. Yeah, that's a very, very good point that no one has bothered or no one has thought of yet. That the social dynamics of the family have changed, and this inevitably, of course, that's had an influence. Obviously, it would have to. Jose, what do you think?
The big problem I think that is the following. When I was child, my mother was at home. Nowadays, the mother and the father, both of them are working. They don't spend time with their children. I think it could be the big problem. Because if you don't spend time with your children, the children nowadays have a lot of distractions. They have smartphones, consoles. They are not working as hard as before. Before I work more than nowadays, I think.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Oh, okay. We're getting close to the end. Fernando, are you there? I want to give you a chance to say something here. Fernando, hello. Okay. Ibec. Ibec. Now, let me ask you something. Yes. I'm an American, so I'm very familiar with all you guys are talking about. Sounds very familiar to me. My American background is very similar to everybody here. But I will tell you, I've worked with a lot of Japanese and Koreans and Chinese, and the Far Asian model, their solution to the education problem is to put the kid in school from 7:30 in the morning till 10:30 at night. And that's not a joke. That's not that's not exaggeration. 14, 15 hours every day. School on weekends, school on Saturday, sometimes Sunday. How do you feel about that, Ibec? Is that any kind of solution? Or does that make things worse, or what do you think?
I think it's very fat for children, but probably it's necessary of our time or now necessary of nowadays life, because if you have a good education, if you have excellent knowledge in any kind of part of life, you will be success, and all parents know about that and want that their child will be want that they will be very excellent in education, and they had good education, and for that, and additional government wants that the people will be educated person, and in complex, it's getting to that kind of education, very hard education for children, and I think solution, I couldn't say any kind of solution because it's necessary of time of our life.
Shoot them into space. That's my solution. Okay, just a little better way to say that, it might be necessary in modern life instead of necessary in nowadays life. A better, more correct way to say that. We can say modern life. To me now, the general now, of course. And if they want to be successful, okay, a person is successful, okay, success is a noun. He is a success. Okay. All in all, Rafa, we're all just bricks in the wall. Yeah, I remember that one. Oh, I could tell you a story about that, Rafa, speaking of school. When I was in school, another cool thing is we went on trips, man. We took serious trips. It is a song by Pink Floyd, indeed. Yep. Anyway, mini revolution on one of my field trips. It's a story for another day, I suppose.
Okay.
You can ask me about that. You can ask me about another brick in the wall. I will never forget it. But I'm out of time for right now. So, yeah, I'll leave you with that. You can all go listen to some Pink Floyd and have a great day or great evening, depending on which direction you're going.
Take care.
All right, thank you.